This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening and welcome to Headlines Now on Ndtv-Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. The winter scams monster A. Raja is in town but has remained mum on what really went behind those closed doors. But that has brought out quite a two-sided opposition. All these controversies aside, there are still men and women in our country who have dreams of making it big in our country. Tonight I introduce you to one person who has had one of those dreams come true, athlete turned actress Gayatri, who's revving up for her debut release in Tamil cinema, is with us. We also meet the author behind making that dream real, Mr. Balu Manivanan, the director of that film, joins us also on the show tonight. There's also a large-scale power shutdown in many parts of the city, but for those who've tuned into the show, we hope you get to stay with us for the rest of the night and hope that TNEB is listening as well. Before we get talking to our guests tonight, a quick look at our top stories in the state and nationally. The Raja of the Scam Kingdom is back in town. Doesn't reveal much about his rendezvous with the CBI, but sources say the agency isn't too convinced.
I gave full cooperation to the CBI for investigation. I will give full cooperation to the investigation.
Another scamster facing the heat from the Chennai police. Lalit Modi is summoned to the city by the first week of January. While the state's politicians decide their election formulae, the Congress party in the state says ties as of now are strong.
கூட்டணியை பொறுத்தவரையில் அது வலுவான கூட்டணி, வெற்றி கூட்டணி, அது தொடர்கிறது.
Who is an information minister to make a new quota? The CPI and the CPM slams the CMDA's flouting of rules and shop allotment.
There is a lot of illegalities, procedural violations in allotment of orders.
இது ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஊழல், மிகப்பெரிய லஞ்சம், ஒரு பாரபட்சமானது.
There's an echo of support for Dr. Binayak Sen from his medical brethren at CMC Vellore. A signature campaign is on its way. In conversation with NDTV-Hindu, Vijay Mallya spills the beans on the Royal Challengers pick next year. Kumble and Callis are on.
I can always buy them back in the auction.
From the racetracks to the real space, an athlete steps foot into the world of Kollywood. And from chocolate boy to the wax figure, Madhavan still manages to make the many hearts melt. Let's also take a look at the rest of the day's news nationally. Sushma Swaraj insists on a JPC contradicting the PAC chairman, but Murli Manohar Joshi makes it clear he's determined to go ahead. As the countdown begins to the Telangana report, Justice Sri Krishna says he will submit his report by the 31st of December. And the Adarsh Society scam continues to make many heads roll in the multi-crore scandal. More have been asked to put down their papers. Mulayam Singh's belly dancers at an annual festival invites the opposition's ridicule, says he's losing touch with his socialist agenda. Well, we are just a few days away from the end of the year, but the end of the winter scam of the 2G spectrum is nowhere near, it seems. The former telecom minister, A. Raja, is back in town and has spoken about his sitting with the CBI, saying that he had offered cooperation from his side. The top investigating agency has already questioned him twice for almost 15 hours with regard to the scam. It was the CAG's report that ultimately led to his resignation last month. Nationally, though, looks like the scams probe has been leading to quite a few cracks in the BJP. But for the moment, here's what Raja said today when he was here in the city.
I gave full cooperation to the CBI for investigation. I will give full cooperation to the investigation. I cannot reveal what happened between the investigative agency and myself during the course of interrogation.
So while senior BJP leader Murli Manohar Joshi, who heads the PAC, said that the committee was perfectly capable of probing, the party leader Sushma Swaraj slammed it, saying the JPC had more teeth. The opposition is adamant on its demand for a JPC into the scam, even disrupting the entire winter session as it pressed for its demand, saying the PAC wouldn't do. But just yesterday, Mr. Joshi made it clear he was going ahead with his probe, thereby diluting the opposition's stand. As the battle becomes very public, Sushma Swaraj has now publicly contradicted PAC Chairman Joshi on the committee, saying that the PAC has no power to summon a minister, let alone the Prime Minister, and so Dr. Singh's offer was meaningless. But clearly the heat in the state's politics is on now. The main opposition in the state is pumping in all the energy and hard work possible to give the ruling party a hard landing. AIADMK party members today launched scathing attacks at protests that were staged at A. Raja's home turf, Trichy and Perambalur. Amma has been saying that her aim through all this was to inform the rural population of the magnitude of the scam and also demanded the dismissal of the DMK government in the regard. Jayalalitha had earlier hit out at the Save Raja campaign and the supposed truth about spectrum theory, which the DMK has been using to salvage Raja's reputation. Well, 2010 may just have been the worst year for the former IPL chairman, commissioner as well, Lalit Modi, in latest developments in the IPL controversies revolving around him. He and 6 others have been summoned to appear before the CCB here in Chennai in early January 2011 in a funds misappropriation case filed by the BCCI's secretary, N. Srinivasan, on behalf of the body. The criminal complaint was filed a few months ago with the city police and mentioned misappropriation of funds, mainly in allotting media rights and free commercial rights, and overall charge of fraudulent practices to the tune of over 450 crore rupees. In fact, just yesterday, the Bombay High Court refused to stay its single bench order stalling the proceedings of the disciplinary committee of the cricket board, which is probing allegations of financial irregularities against Modi. It has been deferred till the 10th of January. Modi is currently staying in London.
We have issued summons, sent them by speed post to 7 people, including Lalit Modi, and we have given them dates in the first week to appear before the CCB.
Now, in summer political news, the ruling party's main ally here, the Congress, is busy at work ahead of a trying 2011 amidst lots of pressure and speculation in the air. The president of the Tamil Nadu Congress Committee, K.V. Thangabalu, in a strong speech today, ruled out all speculation of an alliance formation with the AIADMK. But at the same time, added that the final decision on alliances lay with the party's high command alone. He reiterated that all efforts were on by the party workers to raise the Congress party in power and make their presence felt right from the villages to the parliamentary levels.
அன்னை சோனியா காந்தி காட்டிய பாதையில் தமிழக காங்கிரஸ் நடைபோடுகிறது. அதை நிறைவேற்றுவதில் தமிழக காங்கிரஸ் தோழர்கள் உறுதியாக இருப்பார்கள். எங்கள் கூட்டணியை பொறுத்தவரையில் அது வலுவான கூட்டணி, வெற்றி கூட்டணி, அது தொடர்கிறது.
Now, Ndtv-Hindu brought you the story on a state minister who got himself into a tight spot by flouting rules in allotment of shops at Coimbatore area after creating a new quota altogether. Now, the leaders of the left, both the CPM and the CPI in the state, have said that they would raise the issue in the upcoming session of the State Assembly. This is an Ndtv-Hindu impact.
இது ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஊழல், மிகப்பெரிய லஞ்சம், ஒரு பாரபட்சமானது, சமுதாயத்தினுடைய அரசாங்கத்தினுடைய சட்டதிட்டங்கள் எதுவுக்கும் கட்டுப்படாத ஒரு மோசடி மிகுந்த செயல். இதை கட்டாயம் நாங்கள் சட்டமன்றத்திற்கு எடுத்து செல்வோம். மக்கள் போராட்டத்தை துவக்குவோம். நியாயம் கிடைக்கிற வரையில் இந்த போராட்டத்திற்கான அடிப்படைகளை இந்திய கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சியின் சார்பிலே நாங்கள் நடத்துவோம் என்பதை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
பெருநகர வளர்ச்சி குழுமத்தை பொறுத்தவரை விருப்ப உரிமை அடிப்படையில் கடைகள் ஒதுக்குவதற்கான விதிகள் என்பது உருவாக்கப்படாத சூழ்நிலையில் இதுபோன்ற கடைகளை மாநில அமைச்சர் ஒருவரே ஒதுக்கி கொடுத்திருப்பது முறைகேடான செயலாக இருக்கும் என்று நாங்கள் கருதுகிறோம். ஆகவே அந்த ஒதுக்கீடுகள் ரத்து செய்யப்பட்டு உண்மையான வியாபாரிகளுக்கு அந்த கடை என்பது ஒதுக்கி கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்று வலியுறுத்துகிறோம். நடைபெறக்கூடிய கவர்னர் உரைக்காக நடைபெறக்கூடிய தமிழ்நாடு சட்டப்பேரவை கூட்டத்தொடரில் இந்த பிரச்சனைகள் சம்பந்தமாக மார்க்சிஸ்ட் கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சி கேள்விகளை எழுப்பும்.
This is Headlines Now. Up ahead on the bulletin, which one is it going to be, the googly or the need for speed? Find out which of these tugs at Mr. Malia's heart when we come back. And they may be actors, but no act this one. The Vijay Kumars fight it out at the Chennai airport.